Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Helping Hands. I have with me today a couple guests. I'd like them to introduce themselves, and you'll be surprised, I think, as we go through the transition and the timeline of what's evolved here. If you don't mind, introduce both yourselves and where you're from.
All right, my name is Marian Geisler. I'm the president of the Pink Pamper. I'm from Bethel Park. Lived, raised in Bethel Park.
Hi, I'm Leanne Radigan. I am the vice president of the Pink Pamper, and I live in Munhall, but I have a business in Bethel Park.
What's your business?
It's called Your Personal Image. We're a full-service salon and spa located on South Park Road.
Okay. How long have you been doing that?
33 years.
33 years?
Yes.
Wow.
It's a
Same
long
place?
time.
Same location?
Well, we've had a couple different locations throughout
Okay.
the years, but we're 2790 South Park Road.
Good
Yeah.
for you. Okay.
Thanks.
That's a lot of years.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. A lot of years
You're
of making
doing
women feel beautiful.
Yeah, that's good. How did you two meet each other?
When we started the Pink Pamper, we had vendors come in to help, and the first year she came in to help, she was the one that did all the manicures. We had professionals come in, do haircuts, manicures, waxing, facials, whatever, at a discount price that went to the fund.
Okay.
And she came and she enjoyed what we did, and she was a little bit, what do I want to say, out front about it, that she liked it, so we asked her to join us. And she's been with us ever since. This is 12 years. After March, we're going on 13 years.
So tell me, what is the Pink Pamper?
All right, the Pink Pamper started with two friends drinking wine in my kitchen. We decided that we needed to do something to give back.
Okay.
So we decided that we were going to have some events out in the backyards. Well, the more wine we drank, I said, let's get the hospitality room at the Crown Plaza.
Okay.
A little more wine, I said, I got a connection at the Crown, let's get the ballroom. So it started out pink because it was October,
Okay.
pamper because we wanted to pamper women.
Okay.
So we had the local hairdressers and manicurists and masseuses doing pampering service. We had
I
Chinese
see.
auction. We had all kinds of vendors there selling. We had wine. You could have a cocktail. You could have lunch.
Okay.
And we did that for about 7 years. In the meantime, after that, we decided that, we needed to do something else. At that time, we gave to Patient Cancer Assistance Fund, we gave to Domestic Violence, and we gave to the Orchid Fund, which is the WIGS.
Okay.
At that time, we decided the most bang for our buck came from what we did for the women with the wigs. Leanne was part of that. She'll tell you the story that started it.
Okay.
Okay, so it's the Halo Fund, and Halo is our little thing for hair loss.
Okay.
And when a woman loses her hair, it's devastating to her.
Okay.
So this is how we give back. We have fundraisers and things like that, and we actually help women, assist women with $350 vouchers for their wig through McGee Women's Hospital, and then we're just going to start a partnership with Allegheny Health Network as well.
Wow. So.
And one step back, Leanne, talk about the customer that we had at the Pink that really
yes.
changed it for
the
us.
The first year, when I was a vendor at the first Pink Pamper Health and Beauty Fair, I had a woman, her name was Jill. And Jill came to me. I was doing makeovers at the vendor table, and I saw her, and she started talking to me, but she had this gash on her face. She felt horrible because she just fell in her basement, but she came out anyway. Yeah, it was horrible. So anyway, we're talking. I did a little makeover on her, and then I saw her go from a manicure to a haircut and a massage. Each time I saw a bounce in her step from service to service.
Really?
And that's what got me hooked. To give such an impact for women who are feeling horrible when they're going through cancer treatment. And Jill had her hair at that point. She had been in remission. So
Really?
unfortunately,
How hard it is.
unfortunately, well, she became a client. I took care of her at the salon. But then over the next couple of years, she had gotten progressively worse and then did pass. But it's kind of like a little legacy that I have in my heart to
good
help
for you.
women who are going through cancer.
So you see this a lot, and it began to expand. Then you got involved
Yes.
at that point in more than a vendor capacity.
Yes, yes. And then I was the director of pampering services through. So my job was to like sit and make phone calls. get all-
Director of Pampering Services.
Yes. So it was my job to call salons throughout the South Hills, basically. We'd gotten some salons from the North Hills as well. We're pulling people from
okay.
different directions to help our cause. And so we would turn a third of the hotel into the spa. So we had the massages, the makeovers, facials, waxing, you name it, we had it.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful thing to watch all these women go from their beauty services and then go in and do all their shopping and just have a lot of camaraderie.
That's nice. So you get then to the point where it starts expanding.
Yes.
To what? What's the next step that you guys take?
Well, the next thing we did, we took over Macy's at night with wine and a DERS and a DJ, and they got.
When was that? How long ago? Would
Oh
you
my
say?
God, that was 5 years ago, Leanne.
Probably, yes.
5 years
Yeah,
ago.
I think.
You pay $25 to come in to get the discounts that they're getting now for free. So we did that for 2 years. Now, when they
What
decided
was that during the daytime?
that
or-
was at night on a Sunday night at 7 o'clock.
Oh, like after they're closed?
After their close was
Ah, you had
completely
the whole place to
closed.
Yeah, we had the
Right,
whole place
right.
to
Private
ourselves.
shopping.
Yes,
Ah,
and
that's
people
good.
loved it. They just,
Right.
if they just thought it was amazing, because they got all these great deals.
Yeah.
They didn't pay $25 for their ticket, but then they got all these amazing deals. Plus, because they couldn't take the discounts out of the register in time, they got more deals on top of it.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And then we did that for 2 years. But then when Macy's decided they were closing a lot of their stores and they were changing their policies altogether, we then went to casino nights. We had regular casino tables, casino dealers.
Okay.
That's when, I think it was at Macy's, when we decided that we get our best bang for our buck is the wigs, the halos. Yes. We decided that because we were given a little bit here, a little bit there, we can give a larger sum, and we can hit more women, help more women, give them their dignity, their confidence, and their looks back.
Okay.
So then I went to the Halo Fund. And then the Halo Fund progressed, and then the women are looking good, they're feeling good, and then all of a sudden the holidays show up. Okay? And they're worried, how are they going to afford Christmas? How are they going to do this for their kids? So they're stressed out again. So when you're stressed out, you don't heal well. So then we started the gift program. So every year we have an event. We just had it October 27th, where we fundraise for the gift program. The first year we did 6 families. I think there were 12 kids or 13 kids the next year. Last year we did 15 families, 33 kids.
Really?
And I want to tell you, this year we did 20. We're doing 20 families and 42 kids. I can tell you it's in my living room, my family room, my hallway, my...
She's the distribution
How
center.
did they find
Distribution.
out about you, though? And how do
All
you
right,
find
now,
out about
first
them?
of all, through McGee, you have your navigator social workers. They know your insurance inside and out, your home dynamics, they know your finances. So they know who can afford a hair prosthesis, AKA wig,
Good, okay.
and they offer them the voucher to go to Hair Enhancements, our partner,
I see.
for the wig.
Hair
Then-
enhancements.
Hair
that's-
Enhancements in Dormont. Now, also, they know who can afford Christmas and who can't and who's stressed out about it. So they send names. And we contact them. They tell them that, this is going on. This is what they would like to do for you, the Pink Pamper. And we get the lists and we shop.
So that's a real service they provide beyond the healthcare,
Yes.
I'm thinking
Yes.
right now.
Absolutely, yes.
So they're really watching out for some of the people over there and looking for additional help, which
They are.
you are able to provide some.
Right,
Yes.
right.
That's interesting there.
And GIFT is an acronym from Getting Involved for Women in Treatment. So it's just our little tag for everybody knowing that when they see the gift fund that they would know that's what that is.
Now, when you did the Macy's, was that the gift fund, or
No,
wasn't
no,
that
that-
created yet, or
No,
wasn't-
that wasn't
wasn't
created
created
yet.
yet.
That went into the main thing.
So what? Let's go back to Macy's as this grew. Where was the benefit money wise to help you with this fund? Where did it come from? Because I understand the $25 where they would charge
Right. Well, that
to get in, and then the people are able to shop. How does that grow, and what were you able to transfer?
okay. That went into the main fund. That's when we were
the
still
$25
the
per
25
person.
went into the main fund.
Got
That was
it.
still the Cancer Patient Assistance Fund, the Domestic Violence Fund,
Oh,
and the
okay,
HALA.
okay. That's,
So from there,
yeah.
we decided that, where we get the most bang, where we see the
Okay,
most
that's
help
when it
is
switched
like
to the wigs.
Jill and our ladies, how they feel. Some of these women have to go to work. They have to look good when they go to work.
Yeah.
They have kids that they have to be involved with in school activities and this, so they have to look
They
good.
have to keep going whether they sometimes
Right.
feel like it or not.
Absolutely.
And
so
that is, that is a really big area where, like, for the children, for their moms, when they see their mom, they don't have their hair, they lose their hair, and the kids are like, oh, they know mom's sick, but mom puts on a wig and a little bit of lipstick, and all of a sudden, the kids see, okay, mom might be okay today.
Okay.
And same with the husbands. It's a lot for the husbands to see their wives go through what they're going
Wow,
through.
really?
Absolutely.
absolutely. So, and if she sees that everybody is looking good today, feeling good today, she feels good.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so it's a vicious circle.
So it then grows, and now you're at McGee, and McGee's helping you now too.
With the Halo Fund.
Yeah,
We're
with
just
the
doing
Halo
the Halo Fund. And then we're
Okay.
doing the Halo Fund for about a year, 2 years, and then we developed the Gift Fund. So this is our fourth year with the Gift Fund.
And again, how do you get connected with a gift fund other than McGee? McGee helps you with some of that, right?
Right.
Or is it all of it? Do they
Well,
provide you?
McGee helps us with, they give the vouchers to the women.
Right, for
The
wigs.
vouchers are in the amount of $350, and that helps give a little stipend toward their purchase of a wig.
Yeah.
Okay. So for Christmas, since they know the dynamics as well,
Right,
they give us names. McGee gives us names.
that's what I thought.
But we are also partnering with Allegheny Health Network. They give us names. Now, we develop some friendships and partnerships with some other local nonprofits. One is the Glock Foundation. She helps women get into clinical trials
Oh,
who
okay.
have breast cancer. Because she was told to go home and get her affairs in order.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Young Women's Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation, they help women with support groups.
Okay.
Okay, and then Faces Family and Friends, they give couples a dinner out because
Okay, that's-
because a lot of times, okay, I mean you might be too sick to cook or take care not really take care of your family because you're always taking care of your family, but when a couple might need a night out, so they help support a couple with a dinner and a little date
Yeah,
night.
that's nice.
And they do a calendar. So, so those partnerships, we help feed each other's energy.
Is that right?
Yes,
Yes.
and they give us names because they know women all over
Yeah, they
that
would.
in their support
Yeah,
groups that need help as well. So they give us names, and so we go out and we have our little partnerships where we help them, they help us.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that people do not realize, we know of a lady who lives in a nice neighborhood, had a married husband, nice job, good insurance. Out of pocket for 1 year of treatment, out of pocket, not counting insurance and that, $40,000.
Wow. Out of pocket.
Out of pocket. Now, how many of us could afford that? So they can't afford a wig. They
Right,
can't afford
right.
Christmas for their kids. They're worried sick. They're, groceries.
Boy, imagine the stress of that too. Having to
Imagine.
bill calls and all that,
Absolutely.
in addition to what you're already going through.
And we've all, at one time or another, when we were first married, we lived paycheck to paycheck and prayed that when they came to fix the washer, it wasn't over $25.
Right, that's right. Yes.
Now it's $1,000 to fix the washer,
Might as well go just buy a new appliance.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
come
you're
on.
right. The life
Yeah.
goes on. There are problems too. Yeah.
Yes, so this is what we do. This is what we believe in. And we feel that, this is what we can do. We feel good about giving back.
So how big has all of this grown to what you're doing now? What's it involving? How many people are you helping? How many families? Or what's
Well, right now for the gift fund, we're helping 20 families and 42 children for Christmas.
Okay.
They also get a $100 gift card
okay?
for food for their Christmas dinner. We've been trying to work with the different food companies, grocery stores, to see if they would give us the $100 gift card,
Ah,
either
okay.
free or for
Right.
$50
Right.
equaling 100. You know,
Okay, right.
you know, we're always begging.
Yeah.
And all the presents. Now we do have an event on December 1st. Both parents have to come, or the grandmother and the mother, whoever, but the mother has to be
Oh,
there,
okay.
to the Crown Plaza, and we have a little reception
Okay.
from 3 to 5 on Sunday, December 1st. And the parents come without the children. They collect the
see.
gifts so that they can go home and wrap them and put them under the tree. If you give the gifts to the children now, what's under the tree? We also this year have included Hanukkah.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have included Hanukkah. It's holidays,
Yeah,
right?
nice.
So we have we were hoping, each year we try to do more. Maybe next year 20 families, maybe next year 40 families, 50 families if.
How do you handle all this?
Crazy.
Are there more than you two?
There are, yes. We
Well,
have
there
a
are.
really nice team of women behind us.
Do you?
Yes, we do. Yeah, because we need help with the Chinese. When we have our events, we need help
Yeah.
with our auctions,
Auctions and
so-
selling tickets and yeah.
Okay.
So,
So
there's
how
just-
many people total help with all of this, would you say?
Well,
that you-
Leanne and I come up with all the ideas. They pitch in, and one of two, or actually three of the girls helped put on and did a very nice job at our October 27th luncheon. So, you know, there's many, many facets, a lot of things we had to do, and they took care of locating the facility and doing the Chinese auction, getting everything together. So
Okay, that's
little
nice.
by little, we're, you know, it's getting them committed to seeing what we're doing. And little by little we've got about 10 locally that we can count on to do different things.
That's nice. That's
So-
real nice
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
to help out a little bit there.
No, they help out a lot because we
Yeah.
we can't do everything by ourselves,
Yeah.
and we always need more help.
Always.
So what do people do that are listening and watching that know someone in need or want to help, or how, some people are going to want to get involved.
Okay, now-
And some people know others who might need help that you need to reach
Now,
out
we have to keep it small for right now because at first we just did McGee and we only did so many vouchers. And then we've grown enough that we're able to add AHN.
to. Okay.
Okay, so the more donations, the more sponsors we have, the more people we can do. So this year we're looking at probably 118 wigs.
Okay.
Now, so the first year I think it was like 10 or 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So you're looking to say, hey, we need a bigger support base of sponsors. And do you do fundraising? For
We do
these still
fundraising, well,
beyond
like I
what
said-
you said. or-
now our big fundraiser for the Halo Fund is March 21st at the IBW in Southside, which is a
Okay.
gorgeous facility. This is the Bubble Ball. We have live auction, Chinese auction, silent auction, 50-50. We have the wine pool. We have a fabulous DJ, loyalty entertainment, and the tickets are $115.
Okay.
If they purchase them by January 31st, they're $95. We have
Okay.
valet service. That is the money that funds the Halo Fund. Okay?
That's the way.
that's a
yeah.
big event.
Right.
That's the big
Yes,
event.
that's the big event. Kelly Fry is our MC.
Nice.
Yes. We also, at that event, we're looking for nominations for Women of Courage, meaning women who have had cancer
Okay.
and have turned around and used that to help other women, other situations. So they are given a Woman of Courage Award. Kelly Fry was the first Woman of Courage Award.
Okay.
Last year was Jennifer Kilm and Carol Glock. So they can go on our website and they can nominate someone.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What's the website?
The website is pinkpamper.org.
Okay. So they can go on there and nominate someone.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And see a little bit about the events, probably.
See about
and
the
the
event, all
schedule
the
and
things we've
calendar.
done,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
the families, some of the families we've helped. The Bubble Ball, like I say, is our big halo. Our luncheon in October is the one that funds the gift fund.
Okay.
But we'll take monies, sponsorships
Yeah.
from anybody, anytime.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And then how do you make sure all of that, the proceeds stay local? How do you manage that? I mean, I know with the WIGs with McGee and Allegheny General that helps because that redirects it back locally.
Right.
And the gifts, by you being able to deal directly with families, I'm assuming keeps that local
It does.
Yes.
inherently, right?
Right.
Yes, it does.
So you don't have to worry about you're sending money to somewhere or some organization and not knowing where it's going.
Right.
Right.
We know exactly where every
Well,
penny's going.
That's why Leanne and I decided that when we started the Halo Fund also,
Mm-hmm.
we never had an accounting of when we gave the money to
Okay.
this fund, this fund, this. We never had an accounting. This way we have an accounting.
And it's going directly to the families
Directly.
where it's not. If you don't have an accounting and it goes to an organization, you may be helping pay the executive, maybe.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Well,
Right?
yes,
Yeah.
our
Absolutely.
volunteers and Marion and I, we don't get paid for this. You know, we do it's all volunteer work.
All volunteer.
All volunteers.
All this work.
All this
All
work
this
is
work.
all volunteer.
Our attorney does it volunteer. Our CPA does it for a minute amount because she's got a lot of work to do.
Okay.
And
So the attorney that you use for this is who?
is Daniel Flynn on South
All
Park Road.
volunteer.
All volunteer.
Wow.
Absolutely.
All volunteer.
Then we have our web services guy.
There are a
and
lot
we,
of good people in this.
we do.
Yes, we do.
Even
Yeah.
in this community,
Yes, we do.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right in this community.
Unbelievable. And I think a lot of us don't even know this is going on.
Absolutely
That's
not.
actually why I
Yes.
wanted to have you on the show because
Thanks.
I think I did not know this was going on.
See, you never know what's going on
Right,
behind the
right.
scenes.
It was
In our
shared with
own
me.
neighborhoods. It's
Right.
That's what I mean.
And there is so much that people can do to get involved, even not just with us.
Yeah.
If you
Yes.
open your eyes, open your heart. Christmas is a time of giving. So there's a lot of support out there, and that's why I want to encourage women and men who have cancer. There is a lot, whether it's through your own hospital where you're getting your treatment, or online services. Like our Halo Fund and our Gift Fund, for help. But there's other support out there as well with all tons of little local organizations, and there's a lot of them out there.
And your sponsors, they help with more than direct money. I mean, they're helping promote your cause, I'm
Yes,
assuming also?
yes. For instance, Smell Auto every year for the last 4 years gives us a big check, and they help sponsor us. So,
How does that work?
well, Smell Auto in the month of October, they have 8 dealerships.
Okay.
What they do is they take $125 from each car sold, new or used, and they have 4 funds, 501c3s that they give the money to, and we fortunately have been one of them.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That's nice.
Right. And then a lot of our sponsors that we send out the letter in January about the different areas that we need sponsored for the bubble
see.
ball.
Okay.
Send us checks like the awards.
Yeah,
Someone will pay for the awards. Someone will pay for the tablecloths. Someone will pay for the DJ. Someone will pay for the vendor.
Okay. That's really nice.
Yeah, we have a wish list.
Yeah. A wish
A
list?
wish list.
Yes, and it
Yeah.
keeps growing.
There's our wish list. Yeah.
And that's on the website or?
Well, we're going to put that on the website, but we
Ah,
send
that's
letters
on the
too.
website, yeah, but we do have a website.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
going
we
on the
do.
website, and we send
Is it
letters to
letters
business-
out to sponsors and potential sponsors, or
Yes.
just potential sponsors?
Both.
Potential and
Both.
both. Both.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you say wish list, what do you mean?
Well, we have, so like our wine pool, for instance, if somebody wanted to sponsor the wine pool, they could sponsor that. We had gotten a sponsorship last year for our tablecloths because tablecloths, linens at a catering event, sometimes those aren't paid for all the time.
okay,
So we wanted specific linens, and somebody stepped up to the plate and did that. We have endowments from people who have passed that have been part of our team before. We did have one of our girls pass from cancer, and she asked all her money be directed to the Pink Pamper.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we do that. So and then I'm trying to think. There's tons. Like
Different
Marion
needs.
said, the DJ needs
The
sponsored.
DJ.
Okay.
Valet.
Yeah, valet service. What I'm trying to think. There's
And I
just
know the
tons of stuff.
grocery stores, when you're saying that, I mean, that's kind of a sponsorship you're asking for
Right.
there with them
Right.
to help out.
Right.
So it's just niche categories that you have on your
Right.
Yes.
on
And,
your
and
list, right?
yeah.
And
okay,
Lamar.
That makes sense.
Lamar Advertising does billboards for us.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they've
Oh,
done.
yes. They've been very generous with us. They'll do billboards
Really?
the month of. they'll do the billboards.
And even UPMC and Allegheny Health Network, they have specific funds that they give back to
they?
small nonprofits, and they've been really helpful.
So
to us
did
as
you
well.
did you two reach out to all of those resources like Lamar and all that?
Yes.
Is that how they?
Yes,
it's
we-
just you reaching out
Yep.
to all these.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thanks. We pick up
That's
the phone.
hard.
We pick up the phone because I went from the pamper.
That's hard.
I-
though. Hard work.
I went from the director of pampering services to the director of sponsorships. They gave me that
That's
title.
a whole other world.
So
I'm
I sit
sure.
in my home office
Yeah,
and I make phone calls all day long and say this, I explain with the people, who we are, what we do, and what are they willing to give back and donate. And we've had a lot of great success with people wanting to give back, but we need more.
Amazing,
Always need more.
Leanne, why don't you tell them about the restaurants and the wineries?
Oh yes,
She's in charge of that
I'm
too.
sure- yes, I am. So at the Bubble Ball, it's
That's
not
a good job.
Yes. Well, yes. If I could get to the
That's
winery,
the fun part.
usually it's making phone calls. So I sit, like I said, I sit in my home office and I call restaurants. So at our Bubble Ball, it's not a sit-down dinner; it's a food tasting and a spirit tasting.
Okay.
So we have a lot of restaurants that come in and they do for 300 people. They'll do an appetizer portion, and people
300 people.
Yeah, for 300 people, and people eat all night long. Because they really prepare a lot of food, and the food was fabulous last year.
Well, let me, in wrapping up, ask how to, again, is best for people to get a hold of you, no matter what capacity they want to get involved or know someone who needs help. What's the
Okay.
best way?
Go to our website, www.pinkpamper.org, or they can call.
Okay.
And they can call call either Leanne on her line or call me on my line.
Thank you so
Oh,
much
you're
for
welcome.
coming on and
Thank you for
sharing.
having
Thank
us.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's marvelous what work you're doing. I'm astounded.
Thank you.
I'm
Thanks.
astounded. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone, for tuning in to another edition of Helping Hands. We'll be back again next week.
Thank
Very nice.
Thanks.
I cannot.